So we have time for 4 minutes worth of questions. Does anybody have any questions for any member of the panel? I think,
I just have a quick question. So do you have, this is for Marcia, is there a list of people that are using the, and I can't remember the acronym you guys were using, the, the educator portal for linked open data? Do you
we
have
call
a
it
list
Explore for short.
Okay, Explore. Thank you. I was struggling with it. Should have wrote it down before I asked. Is there a list of people, educators that are using it currently, or at least schools that are using it? And I'm asking because I am currently right now teaching a linked open data class at the University of Pittsburgh, and I didn't know about that, so it would be great to know who else is using it.
So there are 36 people or so that are part of this initial group, and all of them are using it to teach, and we can send that to you, but I don't think it's on the site, is it?
No, I don't think it is.
So Marcia is one, she's teaching at Kent State University, University of Washington, Mike Crandall and others are teaching with it, but we can
Mike's
get
using
you
it?
we can get you such a list.
Okay. Yeah, that would be good. Mostly because I know a lot of other schools are trying to get into linked data since it's such a hot topic with library science.
Right.
And I don't know if a lot of them know about that.
Precisely why we're giving these talks.
Yeah, no, that's great. When I saw that, I got very excited.
Well, I think we can look from
So
our
if you go to
website.
Explore Linked Data, you'll find the site, but actually I can send you a list of the participants.
That would be great.
Because one of the things we did not want to do was,
The website.
as David said, we didn't want to dictate the pedagogy for it because different people are teaching linked data in different ways. We also found that an awful lot of contributed resources, you notice that some will have 5 and some have 130 resources, so you can tell which ones are the popular items and which ones are less popular or less well defined. So as people teach, we hope that they will contribute to the platform so that it can be a good sharing resource. Because linked data is incredibly powerful, but it's a bit hard to follow around.
I have a lot of resources from both of you, actually.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, you can go to the Explore website and register for an account, and they will approve that. And then you can not only to explore what we call explore, right? So we can go to explore these indexes and find the particular source to do. There are also tools for educators here. Say, save the set of learning resources. So I decide to pick this and then I teach this one first and then use the next one. You can have your learning resource in your own set. The different people do their own set, their topic. If they allow you to reuse, you can just reuse that. That's what they, right?
Yeah.
The tool.
Yeah, so just to expand on what Marcia said,
Right.
some people who are teaching have already saved a curriculum outline for a semester course, and they're making it broadly available, and you can reuse it partially or fully as far as they're concerned. They're just sharing it outright. So, but you want a list of the people
Yeah,
to
register
talk to
and then
and
change.
you
Yeah.
can do that.
Right.
Yeah, just to collaborate to see how the students are taking it, who else is using
I don't
it.
think anybody's asked us for a name list before.
No,
But that's why
that
we
would be
do
a
it.
really interesting sort of enhancement, though, is to allow people to publish publish themselves to a directory, state their own interests. That would be a really cool thing to have.
Yep.
See, since we finished it ahead of time and under budget, they gave us an extension for ideas like this so that we could use up the rest of the money, which is cool.
Yes. And Yeah, there also, we're thinking to add in more the best practices as well as, and also examples of successful, for example, successfully made visualization using that. So we can make some examples also connected, still connected with the competency. Yeah, it's easy to, and you can download the whole competency index from here, right?
Yes.
From the Explore site, we have
If you
some
scroll
frequent
down the
question.
left column, there's a link. Just
Yeah, and
below
also you can see who you contact for what kind of question you have. Is Dave one? You said
Yeah, the download link is below the left. View the
Yeah.
full competency.
This is the
competency
full
index.
index
There's a page there, and then you can download it in either English or Chinese.
in the, yes, either way, right?
Other questions?
You can download that.
Mana?
Vincent Izzy, Taylor and Francis. I came in a bit late, so I'm sorry if this was covered already. But I was wondering, do you have any advice for journal publishers as far as what you can, or what we can do to kind of enrich our content or to put those links into the XML as we're publishing to make it easier for people who want to kind of reuse the content downstream?
That's a fair question, and no, we didn't cover that. The site does not have really advice, it's got exemplars.
Okay.
So if you, for example, just follow whatever the BBC did, that's always a good one, in terms of how they're using it and how they're advancing their content. And there are examples from their implementations in the competency index. So if you look at how they did it, it gives you a model. So we don't have best practice recommendations because it didn't seem like we knew enough to do that yet. But we do have guidelines for how to learn the data, and we do have examples of how the data is done by some organizations. And we're hoping people will deposit a whole lot more.
Okay. Well, this looks very interesting, and I will be taking a look at this site.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Any other questions? Because I think now we are past time. Thank you all for coming.